What's happening, y'all? I'm unlocking it Requiem, and I'm coming at you with version 2 of the Batteryman deck profile. In the original version, had a lot of tech choices and a lot of stuff that I was trying out. And I've done a lot of play testing and made a couple of changes to the deck, a lot of fixes. But I promised y'all a combo video and a how-to video, how to play the deck and some combos, basic combos, and my tech choice combos I like to do. But I threw that's way out the window. It wasn't consistent enough, and the way that I was playing the deck back then, I was basically wasting all my resources early in the game, and you don't want to do that. But as you play the deck more and more, you learn the deck and you learn how to play in different situations and what you need to do and how to save your cards, when to save them and when not to. But anyway, let me get into the deck profile. Here it is. First, I'll start off with 3 9-volt. He's a searcher of the deck. He's going to get every other Batteryman card that I show you. I play 3 micro cell. He can get any level 4 Batteryman, which is going to be 9-volt, nothing else. That's only level 4 that's in here. But him and charger are the key pieces that you need to start off with. Then that's the reason I bumped my charger up to 3 charger. You really want to start off with this or this or this, but this will get you this or this. So I mean, the best thing to do is start off with this, unless you have a tribute for him. But you need 3 charger, and then I'm playing 3 fuel cell as always. I've been hearing a lot of people, and I've read a lot of things where they say 3 fuel cell is too cloggy. 3 fuel cell is not too cloggy, because if all else fails, you can still Monarch Stormforce and tribute for him. That's getting rid of your opponent's important opponent's. The Monarch Stormforce gets over any card in the game. Period. Monarch Stormforce doesn't target. It doesn't affect monsters by the effect. So it gets over towers, Queer Folk Tower, whatever it's called. Apocalypse Fort Tower, which no one's playing that card, but that was a problem before the Queer Forts came out, and that was the out to it, and I really like that. It's also an out to Winda, so if you can't special summon, you just Monarch Stormfort the fucking thing. I'll talk about Monarch Stormfort later. Then I'm playing 1 Industrial Strength. I've never played this at 2, I've only played it at 1. I'm finding more. I end up siding this out every game. The only thing that I can find this thing good for is it's an out to the some Morg anti-spell fragrance lock. That's the only good thing this is for. And if I can go first, game 1, I don't need this, because I can just set my back row and I can stop them. But in game 2, if I'm going second, I really need to side this in. So I'm going to end up siding this and taking it out for something else. I just don't know what yet, so I'm still just keeping it in the main deck for a test. The 1 in Thunder King, this card's really good. It's like always been good. Like Thunder King never goes anywhere. It's always like the best anti-meta card. The only problem with this card is it's at 1, so you have to really be cautious to when you play it. If you have back row that can protect you, go ahead and play it first turn. It can also be used for tribute fodder when you're ready to go off. But if not, be very cautious when you play this card, because you don't want to get destroyed. It can be a very important card that could win you a duel, a lot of duels. And then the next 2 cards I play is Effect Vealer. The reason I'm playing Effect Vealer is because I notice if I'm going second a lot, I don't have any effects, any effect negation to stop my opponent from searching and going off and doing whatever their deck wants to do. And this card allows me to do that. However, the only downfall to Effect Vealer is you can't use it on your turn, so you have to use it on your opponent's turn. But I mean, it is there. It's good too. Plus, if you don't have anything else, and you can pitch this and then call it back and then tribute it for a charger. So that's, I mean, it's there for that. And there's so much room in the extra deck. I've actually been thinking about running some synchro monsters. I've never had to, but I mean, I have room for them, so I just don't. I don't know. I'm still, I have a month till regionals, so I have a month to test a lot of stuff out. My main focus though is on the main deck, since that's what you don't even have to go into your extra deck. Although testing tonight, I've actually went into Photon Strike Bouncer more than I've ever went into any of my other extra deck. Out of all the times I've been playing, I've just been bringing him out. I'll just attack with everything, and then I'll overlay my 2 fuel cells. I've been drawing fuel cell like crazy tonight for some reason. And I'll just overlay my 2 fuel cells for him, and then it's pretty much game over from there. Especially with the Vanity's Emptiness backed up by it. I'm at 16 monsters now for the spells. There's 8 spells. The first 3 is the Monarch Stormforth. This card is broken. It has a drawback if you can't use your extra deck, but I don't need to use my extra deck. I don't care. This deck does not care. It's an out to everything. Like I said, it doesn't target. If there's a monster that says unaffected by spells or traps, it doesn't care. Also, if you play this card and you tribute a Shadow monster, don't get its effect because it's not being sent by a card effect. It's just being tributed. It's basically like making a condition on the field that you can use your opponent's monster to tribute something. It's just, I don't know, this card's so good, so good, so good, so good. If I could play this card at 6, if there's some way I can make this card at 6, I would. It is that good. And then a recent addition that I put in was 3 MST. This deck can be hurt by Vanity's Emptiness a little bit if you don't have a Monarch Stormforth or a way to get rid of their monster, get rid of the Vanities for next turn. So originally I was playing 1, then I went to 2, then I went back down to 1, then I took it completely out, and then the queer folks, or the clit fucks, they came out, and I noticed this card really stops them. And plus at 3 I can stop the Vanities too. And another thing with the clit fucks is I've been noticing a lot of them running skill drain, which hurts this deck too. I mean, it can get around skill drain, but it's going to take a lot of playing around cards and a long drawn out duel, and I just don't want it. I just rather just shut it down, let me play my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Now for the one-offs, I have Regeki. This is more like a just clear the board so you can push for your OTK. I mean, this is not needed at all. And this is another card that I'm probably going to cut. So that's 2 cards out of the deck that will be cut. And then I have Book of Moon. This card is going to stay in. This card stays in all my decks. I love Book of Moon. Book of Moon is one of my favorite cards. It's I'll explain some cool stuff in my combo video, some basic stuff everybody should know how this card works. This card's good. There's a ton of videos on how to use Book of Moon. You should look them up if you don't know why or don't think Book of Moon is good. It's good, and you should play. The more you play Yu-Gi-Oh, the more you get an understanding of the game. The more you learn how chains work. The more you learn how effects will work, mistiming works. You're smarter than your opponent, so you can use your cards smarter than your opponent. This card is one of them. This card is amazing. Now onto the traps. I have 16 trap cards. Starting with 1 Solemn Warning. Wish it was back at 2, but it's not. But, you know, it is what it is. I kind of like it at 1. Compulse. This card's really good, except in some matchups. There's some rogue matchups that I don't like it in, but for the meta, yeah, I like it. It's not that good against Burning Abyss, but you can just side it out versus them. And then I play 3 Vanity's Emptiness. This card, whenever it first came out, a long time ago, I was like, why is this card even good? And then it kind of dropped off the map. I don't think no one ever really realized it. And then it set my binder for a long time. And then, you know, everybody started playing it again, so I put it back in. You know, I started playing it. I put like, I teched one, you know, 1 in my deck, or I'd side 2 or something like that, and it was okay, but I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the card until this format. Like, this format comes up and there's so much special summoning and it stops so many things. It completely shuts everything down. It's just like a total blowout card, and that's why I love it, especially in this deck, because you can flip your vanities even when you have your charger in hand. Say you have a charger in Monarch Stormforth, that way it stops your opponent. Then on your turn you play Monarch Stormforth, it goes to the grave, and then your vanities is turned off. Plus, you can trap stun your vanities. There's a bunch of stuff you can do that will allow you to still make your plays while playing this card. This card is really amazing in this deck. It's amazing, period. And it should be getting hit on the next ban list. I'm willing to bet some money on that. Next we have 2 Breakthrough Skill as my other negation. I don't play Fiendish Chain because of the fact that Trap Stun is running around like crazy, and when this card's in the grave, Trap Stun can't hit it, so it's like a 2 negation. MST can't stop it like Fiendish Chain. Dragon can't pop it. This card is like the most superior negation card right now, I think. Next up is 3 Trap Stun. As I just mentioned, this card in this deck needs to be played at 3 for the fact that you can turn off your own vaniness, your opponent's vaniness, allows you for your OTK pushes, ton of things. Cards are good, no less than 3 in this deck. And then for even more trap hate, I got 2 Wiretap, which I don't know. This and Trap Stun, I was running 2 and 2, then I was running 2 Trap Stun and 1 Wiretap, and it just never was enough. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna bump it up to 3 and 2. And to be honest with you, I might even bump this up to 3 Wiretap. Seriously, because this card's so good. It's just like, it just says no to your opponent. You just don't even care. You're like, I'm fixing to win now. This card's really good. I love Wiretap. I've played 7 Tools of the Bandit in the past in a lot of my decks. As I do play Wiretap, I mean, it's the same thing. Except 7 Tools of the Bandit, you have to pay 1,000 life points. I've noticed a lot of people now are playing Wiretap when they never played 7 Tools of the Bandit. I'm like, come on. It's the same thing. I guess people want their life points for Soul Charge, which... And then I play 3 Call of the Haunted, which is needed in this deck. One reason I Call is needed is because you get your searches for 9 volt, plus it gives you tribute fodder for your next turn. But you know, I'll just once again go over all that stuff in the combo video. And then for my last trap is Metal Reflect Slime. There's a friend of mine recommended this to me whenever I was playing Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. He was like, man, you can make Gustav Max. You can shoot him for 2,000 and you can sit on a 3,000 wall. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And he's like, hey, and plus it's tribute fodder, you know, if all else fails. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But as I was playing this card, I noticed that I would play it, I would set on it in 3,000 defense, and nothing could get over it. It becomes a water monster. So Shaddolls can't super poly for it. They can't attack over it unless they bring out Leo, which they're gonna have to make some crazy plays to do. And I mean, when you finally set up and you have all your pieces that you need, if they haven't gotten rid of this thing yet, then you can go for your play. Which is kind of cool because they can have like 5 back row or whatever, and you finally draw into all your combos, and you have Trap Stun. You can be like, Trap Stun, they go, still can't get over it, you're going like Trap Stun, they're screwed. It's pretty cool. This card's really, really good. Now into the extra deck, we have 1 Photon Strike Bouncer. Like I said, I've been going to this card tonight like crazy. This card's really, really good because this card pushes for so much damage, and you can put this on board, and they're like, I don't want to get my last 1,000 life points taken off because it's my last play. Then you hide under vanities, and they're fucked. Then you have a Gauntlet Launcher. I used to go in this a lot. I haven't been going into it lately because I don't really like Overland, just popping 2 random back row whenever I know that if I can just go and push, I know it's not something I have to worry about, or either they're just saving it. If they do, they're already fucked anyway. But I mean, this can't even pop back row, it pops monsters. So yeah, by the time I'm done attacking, it's gonna get over the monsters anyway. I'd rather have my Batteryman out than to overlay my 2 fuel cell for this and have the other thing out. I'd rather have my fuel cell and my charger. I don't know, there's some situation you can go and got launchers better that way. You know, number 39 Utopia Beyond. I know I pulled this card the other day when I bought new Challenger set, and I was like, that's pretty good. It's kind of like a what the hell does he say? He said this card exceeds summon the attack of all monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. Oh yeah, you can like make this guy if you have a problematic monster to get over, and then you can just attack into it, and you can kind of like go for your OTK plays. I've never made this, but it's there just in case. There's a ton of room in the extra day. You can just put whatever the fuck you want to put in there. There's a couple of things that are needed though, like I say Gauntlet Launcher and Photon Strike Balancer, 2 that are needed. Pleiades, this is a must-have in the deck. This card is fucking good. Before I was playing Cyber Dragons, and there's a lot of artifact builds that are going around. This card comes like in way more handy in those builds, but like I said, if you're going against the mirror match, there's ways around Pleiades. So you have to, I mean, you're gonna have to make something else anyway. But it's there just in case I get the 2 5s out. Then there's Durandal, Volcasaurus, Shark Fortress, pushes for more OTK, which you don't really need, but it's there. Adris, never make them. Black Ship of Corn, Rhapsodian Berserk, Abyss Dweller, Ragnar Zero, and Dark Rebellion, Exceed Dragon. That's pretty cool. It's like a shrinking collude or something. But if I was gonna change anything, I'd probably take out like this guy, probably Ragnar Zero's good in mirror match. I'd probably keep him in. Rhapsodian Berserk, he's good in certain matchups. This guy's good against higher powered monsters, but all I gotta do is bounce him anyway, so he's, I mean, it's there just in case. But I'd probably get rid of these 2 for Castell and Castell is really all I can think of right now. But yeah, there would be more testing, more changing everything out. Oh, and for the side deck that I have right now is I don't have it with me. But it's 3 Shadow Mirror, 3 Chain Disappearance, 2 Ryza, 1 Soul Drain, 1 Torrential Tribute, 3 Fairy Wind, and 2 in the band played on. Fairy Wind is going to be a very important card this upcoming format with all the queer folks roaming around, and Ryza is a really good card, especially for this deck using Monarch Storm 4. Also, I don't have Stygian's Dirge, so I'm just playing a band plays on, which I think works in some cases even better. It's especially good in this deck. Shadow Mirror, I'm not playing Macrocosmo or Defissure because I don't need them, because Shadow Mirror completely does that for me. I'm playing Soul Drain for the random Mermail matchup, and the 3 Chain Disappearance for Burning Abyss, whatever random shit that comes out that I can plants or some weird shit. I know someone's going to be playing plants. They can make Quasar or Double Plants or whatever, and I'm just going to hit all the shit in that deck too. And the two Rise to spin everything torrential against all the rogue decks and Satellar Knights and the damn queer folk shit. But I'm just thinking that I just want to really, whenever I play the queer folks, I just want to just completely shut off the trap spells and the Pendulum monsters, and that's why I'm basically main decking 3 MST and all the stuff that I want to win. I want to win first game. Most importantly, I want to win first game, and I just want to side everything in and just beat them second. I want to 2-0 everybody that I play, and that's what I'm trying to build base the deck around. I think that's how you should play Yu-Gi-Oh. I think you should make your deck as consistent as possible for game 1, and then side in what you need game 2. And in this format, and the traps that are people playing, MST is a great card to be playing if your deck needs the special summon and stuff like that. But Torrential Tribute is up on the chopping block, so it's changed its appearance. Also, the Regeki and the Industrial Strength. The Industrial Strength will be sided because it is an out to a lot of cards. But anyways, that's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like and comment, rate, subscribe, whatever you're supposed to do to people's videos on YouTube. I'm just playing. Really though, like and subscribe if you like my videos, and leave comments and some constructive criticism. Let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate it. Now y'all take it easy.